Don't tell me I actually have to take this out of the case to use it. It's free. Okay. Hello. Okay, so the video you're about to see is me doing my alumni art show at my old university. What is this going on here? What is that? What the fuck is that? Is that just my blanket? That? Whatever. So the video you're about to watch is my alumni art show process. To be frank, I did not record as much of it as I should have or wanted to. I kind of forgot to record most of it, if I'm being frank with all of you. Not my intention, but I had fun. I had fun doing it. Basically, I got invited to do a alumni art show at my old university along with my sister. You see a glimpse of her work in one of my clips. And, well, I had a lot of fun doing it, to be honest. I didn't have any pieces ready beforehand to go, and I only found out about it like a week and a half before it started. So for like a whole week and then some, I was in a panic painting the pieces, which you're gonna see snippets of. I did not narrate much of the process because I, again, forgot. But to save some face here, I did, record painting processes. The pieces are ones that I've been wanting to do for a while, and one of them I had mostly done and just needed to ink. Another one I had the sketch done and just needed to, transfer and paint it. You'll see a process of that in the video. And then the third one, which is the last one that I did from scratch. And that could have gone better. We live and we learn. But yeah, so this video is just my process of it. I didn't plan on recording the intro to this right now. I had planned on recording the intro before everything. Forgot to do that. And so I'm recording this right after work, which is why the lighting might be a little shit. Though to be fair, it's not like I have any ring lights. The lighting in the video is a bunch of crap because I don't have ring lights or anything. It varies wildly because I'm in my office on the second floor with the sun beaming through the window during the afternoon and evening, and I have exactly one ring light, this one, that to be quite honest with you, I'm not entirely sure if I even have the cord that connects this to my phone anymore. This might just be a useless disc at this point. I don't know yet. I will admit, I did not manage my time well, but that's nothing new. So enjoy the mostly chaotic process of mine. I don't have a process. I just paint. Does that count as process? And I mean, while I did have fun doing this, it's definitely something I will do again. I should note that I should try and remember to record it next time, which I do have several other pieces that I want to do, like a tiger. I really want to do a panda. I really want to do a Colombian, the red mountain boa, the Colombian red mountain boa. It looks really pretty. I have reference photos for it, and hopefully I won't utterly destroy my chance. But I absolutely adored doing the art show. I haven't done one in years, and I've been itching to do another one. But anyway, so effectively, I had a hell of a blast, and I would definitely do it again. Like, if they ever asked me to come back, like, next year, I would most definitely do it again, and I will hopefully not paint in a blind panic this time. The pieces are also available off my Redbubble, which I will link below, for print, or if you want it on, like, a mug or something. I don't remember everything that I put them on. I think they're on sketchbooks. We'll see. I know they're stickers. I know they are stickers. But yeah, so I'll link those below. And I hope you enjoy the ride. Baby, please. I need that. Okay. So, drawing it over what I already had because I didn't like it is harder than I thought. I tried the transfer method. It didn't really walk. I'm going to try charcoal next, and hopefully that'll walk better. You can barely see it, but so I had that as my reference image, and she just... Okay, so I am recording my process of doing this. Right now you see the finished sketch of the jellyfish with the old painting underneath it. I'm hoping I can get through this really nicely and succinctly. We're gonna have to see. And this is the paper that I actually used to transfer the bee over to the canvas. I actually used a really high H pencil. I think I used an H4, and it transferred really well over onto the other canvas. Right now I'm taping it down. I'm just trying to get it lined up, and I tried to use the tape to keep it in place. To be honest, it didn't really work all that well. It was kind of pulling off the canvas by the end of it, and a couple of my lines were off center because the tape moved and then restuck, and I didn't notice because I was drawing the whole time. My cat was fucking with something. But I tried taping down the tops, the bottoms, the sides. You can see here that I taped the pieces of paper together because it was such a big canvas I couldn't actually get them all onto one page and have it fit the canvas, so I did some editing to them. Here I am pressing down as hard as I can to get the lines to transfer over onto the canvas. The type of transferring is something I learned how to do when I was a child because I didn't have the fancy transfer paper that, you know, I think most artists actually use. This is me trying to peel it off and praying silently to myself that it doesn't get completely torn asunder somehow. And it transferred beautifully, honestly. You can see the lines are really crisp. They're actually really nice. You do see a couple of spots where it wobbled a little bit while I was trying to transfer it over. But overall, it was a very good method, and I think I'm doing it again. Here, I did the backdrop of the jellyfish, and as you can see, the blue paint, I did really, really dark up top so I could hide a lot of that paint that was there before, especially the orange paint. I got in some places, but I'm hoping I can cover that later. Here, I decided to do a little speed recording of me trying to paint some of the jellyfish. I ended up not doing this for a lot of the video afterward, simply because, well, to be frank, I just kept forgetting to set it up, and also it got really, really cloudy and really bad lighting every day after work. I think this is on a Saturday, and it was really, really cloudy outside. So the lighting in the video is very inconsistent, I will say. My cat kept me company for most of the process. I'll be frank, I did not have an actual palette picked out for this piece when I started going in. Aside from that, I wanted yellow, pink, and blue. That was my only thing. I didn't even have how dark or bright I wanted the colors. I just had a vague, very, very vague idea of the palette. And so as I'm painting this, I am kind of picking and mixing colors off cuff, like on the fly. I think it came out great in the end result, I really do. But for future reference, try and pick a palette before you go in on a piece. I ended up picking a palette for the bee before I went in for it, which helped a lot. It was a lot faster for me to actually paint the bee than to paint this jellyfish. Also, it probably would have been a good idea for me to try and do some sort of color mapping before I started painting, because I kind of just went in and did not plan it. So I have yellow on yellow there at the top that you saw, and it didn't really walk. And here I am doing a close-up of painting those little shapes onto the actual jellyfish. I did this part very, very last. Okay, I guess that's a lie. I didn't do the stars yet. I did the stars last, but this part I did second to last because I wanted to get all the main colors laid down first as the backdrop. And here on the bee, you can see I did a wash of the yellow first. I did that mostly to quote-unquote jezzo a second layer.
over the pencil so it didn't smear while I was painting, and then I went over with everything else. I severely underestimated how see-through yellow paint is. I haven't painted with yellow paint in so long. I kind of forgot how transparent it is by like default straight out of the tube. I tried mixing it with like cornstarch at some point, and I tried making a paste instead of just using the cornstarch straight, and frankly it didn't really do much. I had to add so much paste just to get it thick enough that you couldn't see the pencil markings that I kind of just gave up, and I was going to go through too much cornstarch, so that method was kind of left behind. Anyway, I did all of the yellows, and then I started doing the browns. The brown was equally thin, and I don't know why. I added some blues, I added some purples, I added various different shades of brown, and here is a very low quality video of me inking the jitterbug beetle. He was mostly done. I had painted him all the way back in college, and I didn't really have much else to do with him except the inking process, which I had been putting off because I was afraid I was going to ruin him doing it. And really, that was stupid of me. I had so much fun inking this little guy and using the little feather tip so I could change the widths of the lines, and even though I ended up doing a different inking process for the other two pieces, he finally looks like legitimately complete, and I can't wait to have him hanging back in my living room after the show. Currently, he's still at the gallery, and I can't wait to bring him home. And as a side note, I had planned on actually covering these things in some sort of gloss before the show, but I chickened out, so I'm just going to have to gloss them when they come back to me after the show. Okay, so, about the legs. I switched to a different pen at some point, I think, during the legs. Yeah, I think I did. Because there were so many small details that I didn't take into account for when I was doing the legs and the head versus the body. And I realized the kind of felt pen that I was using was not going to cut it. I also learned that it is a little difficult to ink over acrylic paint. And I'm sure it would have been far more difficult if I tried inking it, like, over a gesso layer or something, but I forgot that paint doesn't really like to take ink as smoothly as paper does, and there were a bunch of tiny holes that I constantly had to go back over lines in order to get it covered the way I wanted it covered. I should have done the broken line art technique that I did with the other two, but I didn't think about it until after I was finished. Quick art update for you. This is the beetle, all done, inked, looking fine. Still gotta put the finishing layer on it and all the others. That's my sister's work right there. The jellyfish, done, inked, looking pop arty as hell, fine. And while I'm not done with, so I gotta step around. While I'm not done with the bee yet, I will say, frankly, I think she's coming along pretty great. I am loving her. I still gotta add some purple, and then I should be done. Maybe a flourish of gold. Alright, this is the beetle complete and good to go. Frankly, I think she came out beautiful. I did do some of the breakage in the lines for the line centering the back of the beetle's shell. That's about it, though. I fully inked everything else. Going on to the bee, I added in some gold flakes to represent some pollen. I added more later that you don't see in the video. I don't think I added it last minute down at the actual pollen sac on the leg, and so I didn't get into the final shots, but you'll see it in the paintings. And then I started inking. Now the bee was difficult to ink. There was a lot of texture with the acrylic because I was layering so much of it so often, and I didn't initially plan on actually inking the bee. You can see I was inking with some gold ink around the honeycomb at the top. I kind of gave up on that though because it wasn't really covering like I wanted it to, and I didn't want to do it for the rest of the bee. So the actual bee is inked in black, just like the beetle, and just like the jellyfish will be. But the honeycombs I tried doing with a gold ink, and I think I need a better ink pen. It's a bit old, and I don't think it covered as well as it could have. I also did a lot of shapes on this bee because I hadn't planned on inking him at the start, and I began to realize as I was going through that it is a lot. Hey!
So I have it done. Finally, it is done. It is inked, and I added little pollen dollops at the end, and frankly, I think it looks a lot more complete.
So she looks gorgeous. Frankly, I love how she came out. She is my favorite piece of the entire show, and I don't think I can ever sell her, honestly. And the jellyfish. The jellyfish came out a lot better. I inked her first before the bee, actually, and that kind of helped me learn how I wanted it to look a lot easier.
This is a hair down affair because I hate having my hair up and I hate how I look. So I am going to show you how the paintings came out before I try and do that last finishing varnish-ish layer, because I hear that it looks a little shiny when you're trying to get them on camera, so I'm going to try and prevent that. Yes, I took photos of them before I'm doing this. You mind not crunching on the paper, sweetie? Let's do it. First up is the beetle. I actually painted this one quite a while ago and finally finished it for the show by just inking it out and cleaning up the edges, and frankly I'm upset that I didn't do that earlier because she looks fabulous. A little rough around the edges, but in my opinion, that gives her character. I went full rainbow on this one. Next we have the jellyfish. I went more of a broken line art on this one. It gives it a very poppy look in my opinion. I got a lot of the textures I wanted to in the background compared to like the smoother paint on the actual body of the jellyfish. And I think she came out looking pretty gorgeous. And now my favorite. The beautiful bee. Oh, how I had fun with her. Get a little closer for some detailed shots here. I admit I did not plan on adding so much purple, but I'm frankly glad that I did. I think she came out really nice. The rings have that weird striations of translucency I was going for. Not easy to do, by the way. I love her. I did some gold paint as pollen. You know, like pollen. She's gorgeous. Oh no, I think they all came out pretty good. Still have no idea how I'm gonna stage them at the show, but I'm happy with them.
And here they are hanging in the gallery. Hanging day was actually a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun going and seeing all of my fellow alumni as we hunt up all of our walks within like 1 to 2 hours, and they look amazing. I got an entire section of wall to myself in order to spread them out, and took a couple of tries to get them lined up the way I wanted, but I am really proud of how they came out, and I had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will leave you for the outro, and frankly, I am doing this again. I had a blast.
Hi, I hope you enjoyed that. I am in the same outfit because I'm recording this the same time I recorded my intro, just so I wouldn't forget. Oh, fuck. Hi. I'm recording this the same day I recorded my intro because I didn't want to forget. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you had a blast. I will try and remember to record the next one better than that one. We'll see. Again, the link down below is to the Redbubble if you want to get them as stickers or prints, or if you just want to peruse. I don't care. I have a lot of old stuff on there that I am too lazy to go through at the moment, so have that, honestly. I will see you guys in the next video. I don't know what it's going to be, but hopefully it's not 6 months away. Bye.